From Nashville, Tennessee, inside the Noize podcast with your host, Jenna Heideman. Here's Jenna.
Welcome back to Inside the Noize. My name is Jenna.
I'm Katie Kalp. Why don't you ever say your last name? Like, hey, I'm Jenna.
It's a long last name.
Heideman?
Jenna Heideman.
That's not a long last name.
Heideman,
It's
Kalp.
3 syllables.
Well, yeah. Okay.
That's a lot for me to say.
So I'm Katie Kalp. That's Jenna Heideman.
Yes.
And to my right, you got an intro? Because normally you intro. She normally yells at me
That's
to not
okay.
do intro. AJ's here.
AJ's here.
So I can say my own name too.
That's usually what happens. I'm
Okay.
usually like, to my right is Katie, and then like the guest sits there and they're like, well, I'm here too.
Oh yeah, I'm AJ.
There was that third voice, the man voice that you hear, besides my man voice, is AJ to the right of us. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Man, trying to recover from the draft.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you go?
Oh yeah, I went.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's
it
your
was,
team?
I'm from the Chicago area, so the Bears.
Oh.
But from being here, I love the Titans. My one of my best friends, Alex DeLeon's trying to recruit me to be a Raiders fan right now. So I'm kind of getting split up right now. So I'm trying to figure that out.
Okay. Anything cool that happened during the draft that you saw? He's like, remember this is on podcast. So.
Yeah, no. Man, one of the craziest things, I went to Dream 2 nights in a row, so Dirty Little Secret. And the first night I was there, I looked over to like my left, and it was getting later on in the night, and there's this really tall dude that I'm like, man, I recognize that man. And he like kind of waved me over. He's like, hey, come here real quick. All right. I came over, and he shook my hand, and his hand wrapped around my arm like 4 times.
Oh, crap.
I'm like, holy can I swear?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
was like, holy shit, like that's Javon Curse. And Javon Curse is should be Titans Hall of Fame if he's not already, but he was one of my like childhood like idols growing up because I played football like for forever. So he like we started just talking and kicking it, and we took shots together, and we're whatever. I jumped up in the DJ booth and started emceeing at the end of the night, and Javon was up there, and he had his arm around me the whole time, and Eddie George. It
Oh,
was
wow.
Us three, like, and then the DJ, and we just partied until close. So that was like the coolest thing for me. Like those are two of my idols growing up. So
Wow,
That
you
was
have a
wild.
much cooler partying life than mine.
it was wild. It was so wild. I couldn't believe it. It just blew
Especially
my
in
mind.
Nashville.
I
I feel
know.
like it's
Yeah.
very weird. Especially, I mean, yeah, it was for draft, but I feel
Right.
like just draft is an anomaly in itself being in Nashville because Nashville is known for like music and
Right.
super country and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was dope. It was cool. We hung out again the next night, and then he followed me on Instagram. I freaked out. I'm like, what is? Reposted a video that I'm like, yo, man, this is wild. Like, what is going on? So I don't know. I
Right
had a
place,
great
right time.
weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
There you go.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Did you guys hear about the player who punched the Indigo hotel window out?
Wait,
Got
What?
arrested?
was that Ryan Griffin?
One of the guys from Houston.
Yeah,
one of the Texans.
the Texans tight end.
Wait, why did
about
he
One of my
punch a
friends
window
saw it.
out?
They like saw him getting arrested on the street corner. He like punched he was drunk and like punched the Indigo hotel window out.
Wait, like, do you know how double pane those windows
Oh
are?
yeah.
Well, you know how big
he's
those guys
huge. I mean,
are?
he's huge.
Oh,
he's
makes sense.
he's huge, but like, first of all, I don't know why he was here. Number one,
Yeah, because he's not being drafted.
no, he's been playing for a while. Number two, how are you that lit and a professional
And he
athlete?
just like walks away. They like found him with like a bloody knuckles.
What?
Like on this
Like, there's a glass hanging out of his hand.
my
He's like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but the hotel down the street is missing a window. Now, so
And you have glass on your hand,
Yeah.
sir. So
We're gonna.
put 2 and 2 together.
and you're the only person that could punch out a window in the whole city. Jesus, bro.
How did he had to break his hand? He had to, unless he was wearing like a glove. Like,
If he broke his hand though, that
Yeah, that's
That's his
ruins
career.
like his upcoming.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, why wouldn't you think of that before? I don't care how drunk you are. You're
Yeah,
like
you're a professional athlete that's a tight end that uses your hands on every play.
literally
Yeah.
you play sports. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you
mean-
actually doing anything, any job, you have to use your hands basically.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
I-
common sense.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got some buddies from back in college that would probably get into something like that. So I can't really talk that much.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Nashville got the best of him.
So speaking of weeks, we do make some noise, stop that noise.
Mm-hmm.
So what is something that you would want to make some noise, and what's something that you're like, okay, we got to stop this?
Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Make some noise. What's something really good that happened? Shoot. That's a really good question.
I mean, besides you're like hanging out with all the stars.
I was like, yeah, I don't know.
That sounds like a make
I mean,
some noise.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the I wish that more athletes, more like I don't know how to say this without making it sound bad, but like the culture that was in Nashville this weekend, I would love it for more people like that to come to the city. And I think it will happen more often now. And I don't know, getting the Titans players like involved in like the nightlife of Nashville, I think is kind of major, and it's going to be a huge thing that grows the city. So I would like to see, somehow the NFL players, even hockey players. I mean, I know that they've been around too, but like guys like that. And then, some of the just like the artists that were in this weekend, just being involved in the community stuff. I think it was awesome. Like it gave Nashville a whole different perspective, I think, from the outside, like core Nashville people.
Make some noise for that.
Sure.
That's something that we definitely want to keep seeing.
We need it for sure.
What's your stop that noise?
Stop that noise. Let's see. Does it have to be a Nashville thing, or can it be?
No, it can be literally anything in your life.
I would like to. There's a few things. I heard about another like synagogue situation that happened over the weekend. There was another like terrorist attack on a synagogue in, I believe. I mean, it was another country, and that sounds so bad that I don't even know now. Like that's actually terrible that it happens, and we don't get surprised or shocked anymore. It's like, oh, that's just another thing that happens again. Like somebody hating somebody else for no reason. You walk in and you're just gonna decide to take people's lives,
right?
That you don't even know,
and
you think that you have a perspective on that person, and you're going to decide to make a permanent decision on someone else's life. Like I don't know how it's going to stop. It's historically, it's always happened. We put more on it now because of social media, and, we just create more awareness around it, which is great. But there's also the effects that has on youth, and the anxiety and depression and all that stuff. Like we're talking about that stuff so much more, and people say it's taboo, but like it's because of social media and the exposure that all this stuff is getting now, and we're taking it so hard. So I don't know, we need to find a way to love each other, I think, a lot more, and like stop looking at somebody that grew up in a whole different world or a different background, culture, black, white, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like stop looking at that person and like judging them based on literally external things that you don't even know. Like you were taught that at a young age, and now you are like fostering that vibe with your people and like your friends and all this stuff, and then you guys decide, oh, it's a great idea to go and do harm to somebody else that doesn't look like you or view the same things that you do. Like, nah. We gotta figure out how to shut that down.
What was Jenna just made some like bird hand motions, and I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Stop that.
We gotta shut. Yeah,
I feel like everybody can agree on that, and I feel like it's gotten better. I mean, but
I think so too. That's the thing. I do.
But at the same time, I feel like there's more, like, or we're more aware of it.
Yeah.
You hear about it, like you said, because of social media and stuff like that. Like, do you know if Notre Dame was a terrorist thing, or was that just?
I don't know.
I'm
not sure.
But I just think it's weird that I heard about it for like an hour, and then it was done. And it's Notre Dame. Like, that's
what's shady about
big
it is
thing.
Like people turned it into like their overseas trips to like Notre Dame, and like they're kind of like flexing their trips to this spot. I'm like, yo, like this is crazy. You guys just took something so tragic and just made it about you.
They're like, throwback to when I was out front of it. Look how
Yeah.
beautiful it
So
was.
sad.
I'm like, what? Like, and then you don't care. You just posted another thing on your story 2 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Like, not caring anything about that.
Mhm.
Like, that's wild.
Yeah, stop that noise.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
100%.
Jenna, what's your make some noise? Stop that noise.
Oh no. Okay. It's been a fast week.
Yeah.
I know. It's weird.
It feels like it was like all of a sudden like it was just really fast. Like my Wednesday through Sunday just flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I was traveling the week before, so I'm so like.
I think we're on the same schedules because I was traveling the week
Yeah.
before that you were traveling. Yeah. What happened? Good.
Having good this
It could be
week.
the last 24 hours.
Oh, well, I spent last night with Katie at her house.
I mean,
And
duh.
then,
True.
you know,
Whoa, that sounds weird. Can you? Okay, there was a party.
Like, wait,
Whoa.
hold up.
Back up.
I attended
Retreat.
Katie's party
There you go.
yesterday. It was a lot of fun. We were outside. That was nice.
Yeah, it was a really nice day. That was great. Oh,
Yes.
Jenna just like, that
We
was
were
nice.
outside. Oh, cool. That is dope to be outside.
Well, you know, like most of the time you're at a bar or like you're not just like outside.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, in nature.
Okay, guys.
In my backyard.
Yeah, no, I really felt that.
Okay, what's your stop that noise?
I stopped that noise.
I really felt that.
It's dope to be outside
I've just been
yesterday.
really anxious and stressed out lately, and that's what stopped that.
Breathe in the
Okay,
air.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
air is like really.
Hey, the anxiety thing, just be outside more. Take your shoes off,
Breathe
get
the air.
grounded, and breathe in the air.
Ah,
Yeah, shut all that down.
okay.
Stop that noise.
Yep.
Was that your stop that noise, your
Yeah.
anxiety?
Yeah.
My make some noise is that we premiered or opened, not open, it's my house. We're calling my house Nash Vacay.
Katie's
So-
very extra.
And I wasn't invited.
Yeah,
Well, I
that
didn't know
was
you
rude.
before right now. Now
Yeah.
future, you're
Okay.
invited.
All right.
It was popping though. We went to like Costco, or Sam's Club, and we got all the
Yeah.
food or whatever. We
Yeah.
got all the alcohol. Just my big thing is I want everybody to be together, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter if you're in the industry, if you're not, if you're in rap, if you're in pop music, if you're in country, who cares?
Yeah.
Come together
Yeah.
in a mutual place. And so I was like, okay, well my house needs to have a name because it's like a place now. So we're calling it the Nash Vacay.
Love it.
So now whenever people, it's like the slogan's like Nashville's best kept non-secret because everybody will know about
Wow.
it because of social media.
Yeah.
And then it will be whatever happens here does not stay here. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yes.
So
That's incredible.
we're super excited for that. And we had a really good party yesterday. It was really
Yeah, it
fun.
was really great.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice people showed up.
hmm
we were outside.
Interesting.
And we were outside. We played beer pong. I have a hot tub. So
It's a blow up.
one person went in the hot tub. That was
That's dope.
interesting. Yeah, it's a blow up hot tub. And then,
Well, I'm pretty upset that I wasn't invited. to
well,
be
but
honest.
future, now you can be.
I mean, I don't know if I want to come now.
I mean, okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
He's like, wait, hold up.
Dang.
And I would say stop that noise. It's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to think of like negative things
Which is good.
because I try to be positive.
Mhm.
Stop the noise is how much money I spent on food yesterday.
Yeah, I saw your cart.
Ooh.
I spent like $400 on
Oh.
food yesterday for everyone. But
Oh, that's
I mean, it's not really a stop that noise because I like it doesn't bother me. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, I should probably stop that noise. Like, I should probably just not let myself do that anymore.
Yeah.
But
Dang.
I just like everybody being happy and together and like I don't know.
That's dope.
Maybe you should charge $10 to the door.
No, because then that like makes it like that makes it like an event. I don't want it to be like ugh.
Yeah, I feel that.
Suggested donation.
I just want it to be a place where everybody could chill. We had like a guitar pool at the end of the night, and everybody like sang their new stuff.
Everyone was,
Wow.
was terrified to hear themselves back.
And the
this
reason I have
morning
no
on Instagram.
voice is because we were sitting in front of a
Yeah.
bonfire.
I'm like, I don't think I want to watch these videos you just tagged me.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
story is me
yeah.
screaming lyrics.
Oh,
Probably not
that's
so
dope
good.
though. That's so fun though.
It was
That's
not
cool.
good. Yeah, but it was good.
That's
It
cool.
was fun. So
I'm pretty upset I wasn't there.
I mean, but we're gonna have plenty more. I literally pimped out my
Yeah.
backyard just for this reason. I
That's
was like, I
awesome.
just want everybody to be together and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Back to you though.
Yes.
Yeah.
AJ's
Wow.
the first rapper we've had on the podcast.
I know we
Hey.
have not had any rappers yet.
I appreciate that.
I'm totally like out. I'm really into the Texas
Oh, see,
music.
I did
Yeah.
pop R&B for 6 years. So what up?
Oh, that's awesome. That's dope.
Not like like I didn't like rap or anything. I worked in it.
Okay. I was gonna
Specifying.
say, let's hear. I
He's
want to
like,
hear.
ready, go. No.
Dang.
But
Where?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, where at? Like what? Like
I used to live in Miami and then I lived in Atlanta. So I worked for a couple artists.
who
It's
were
fine.
they? Can you say or no?
I'd rather not. I will
Okay.
off podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds good.
I will tell you off podcast.
Okay. But yeah, kind of tell us how you ended up in Nashville and like
Yeah.
your journey here.
All right. Wow. Okay. So I grew up playing sports. I played football for 16 years. I went to college at North Central College and played football for 4 years. I also did track as well. And I got my undergrad in psychology, and I was really, really hoping to make football like a career. I didn't take care of my body well enough, and I'm willing to admit that, like I've come to terms with that. I didn't take care of my body. I didn't really know about nutrition as well as I should have. One thing led to another, and ended up as a graduate assistant football coach at Robert Morris, which is downtown Chicago. Getting my MBA with a management emphasis, I would say. So basically, like, music was never a thing that I knew that I could do. I wasn't actively doing it in college at all. I played the trumpet and baritone from 4th grade for 8 years.
Yeah, band kid. I played tuba.
Oh yeah, and I loved it, and like I fell in love with just the process of like, just like sheet reading, like just your sight reading right away. Like you sit it right down and you just go and see what happens, and it's so bad and it's trash.
Yep.
But then by the end of the however many, maybe like 3 months, and then you play your show, it's incredible. I got to play on the Ellen Show.
What?
Yeah,
Is there a video of that?
it was. I mean, this is back in 07, 08. So like
I'm
this
gonna go
was
creep and find that.
it was tough, but it was Winnebago High School band. I don't know how much time we got to talk about. Any
Oh,
of
you
this
got
stuff.
plenty of time.
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay, so basically what happened was we got to play at Universal Studios, and we had a marching band basically, and so I played the baritone at that point, and we're supposed to play on the main stage at Universal Studios, and the day of, like a couple hours before, we were rehearsing on the stage, and Ellen's team came up and was like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "Oh, I think we're playing here today."
I think.
Like that's what they told us, and they're like, "No, like we're recording Ellen's show here today. Like you guys aren't playing." So we're like, "Dang, that's shady." So we jumped up off the stage and we like marched through the streets of like Universal, and we just played while going through the streets.
Sick.
And then we got up onto this like little side stage thing, whatever, and we just played. We were just playing our stuff, and it was dope. It turned into like the coolest experience ever. So fast forward a few months, we get a phone call from Ellen, and it was like a recorded call basically, or like a video thing. So we all got to watch it at the school, like in our band practice, and she was apologizing, and she was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I just heard what happened at Universal, and I would like to invite you guys onto my show." And then on top of that, she sent us a whole bunch of money for brand new band equipment.
Wow.
She sent us buses to shuttle us out to downtown Chicago. Like she is an incredible human.
Yeah.
Like she's an amazing person. But anyways, we got to play. We played downtown Chicago. And she was in her studio out in LA, so she would do the thing, and then they would cut to us and we'd be playing like in the street and whatever. And
so cool.
she was kind of famously marching around her studio and stuff like that with her audience. It was just a really cool thing, and that's just something that we'll never forget. But so anyways, music was always a thing that I would do growing up. Went to college, stopped. I couldn't play because I was playing football, and never really got into the hip hop thing. Went to grad school, was doing that, coaching. My college roommate had moved down to Nashville to be in artist management, got a job at Red Light Management. And I just started talking to him a lot about like kind of the stuff I was going through, and I kind of got into this really like dark headspace, and I was like, man, I don't know I don't know what I want to do. Like, this might not be it. Like, I wanted to be a sports psychologist. Then I wanted to be an athletic director. So that's what I was kind of getting my management stuff in and all that. And basically called up another buddy from college that led FCA, and I said, hey man, can you wake up with me every morning at like 4:30 in the morning and send me your daily devotionals? I'm like, I don't know how the church thing goes. I don't know how the God thing works. I didn't really grow up in it. We went every Christmas, like a lot of families do, but never really like thought about prayer, like did anything like that. So he did. And he got up with me every day. He sent me his stuff every single morning. So I would kind of pray with him, and we would talk. And every day, like, Nashville was just like beating me on the head. And I had never been here. Like, I'd never come here. Obviously, it's a country town. I knew that. But, like, my guy was here. And I'm like, okay, if I want to get into music, like, you know, maybe this is it. Maybe that's the spot. And I discovered J. Cole at that time, and his I don't know if you guys know really much about who he is, but his life story and this project that he put out in 2014, literally it was like word for word just telling the story of me and like how I kind of the things that I have experienced, seen, whatever, with my mom and just our whole family dynamic and stuff like that. He was telling the story through his eyes, but it was like he was telling mine at the same time. It was crazy. So I like broke down, cried, like I was in my living room, like didn't know what was going on. I was like, man, what is this? And it just showed, he was just kind of telling me without knowing who I was that you can do whatever you want to do. And if this is the path that you want to go down, you can tell real stories and you can get into music this way. You can be an artist. I didn't know that. I just thought that like artists were already these insanely talented people that just came up with songs, like, and then they just put an album together and it was just them and their band and that was it. So fast forward to January, I had made a few trips down to be with Derek, and decided on New Year's, back up real quick. I got to tell another really quick story. I'm sorry. You had no idea what you guys were getting yourself into. And I have to tell the story because this was the start of the actual, like, me knowing I was going to be here. November 23rd, 2015, Derek comes home from work. It's Monday. The season was over. And I'm chilling at a spot down here in Nashville. And he said, hey, we're going to a birthday party. I said, oh, okay, cool. Like, whatever. So hop in the car, start driving out into the middle of nowhere. I'm like, man, this is, where are we going, bro? He wouldn't tell me whose birthday it was. I'm like, you're acting really weird about it. He goes, all right, man, it's my friend's sister's birthday tonight. And I'm like, why? Just who is it? Like, where are we going? So, and I hadn't met anybody famous at this point. I'm small, like a smaller town kid, you know, don't live in Nashville, don't know anything about what's going on. And we pull up and he goes, oh yeah, it's Miley Cyrus's birthday and we're going to her birthday party. I said, we're doing what? You want to tell me this now? I couldn't be prepared or whatever. He's like, no, like, I wanted to do that for this moment right now to see your reaction. I'm like, I hate you, bro. Like, don't talk to me, dude. Like, I don't want to talk to you. So that night, met the whole crew. Like, met Miley and Noah and Tish and Brandy. And Brandy's one of my best friends now. I love that girl to death. Billy Ray. Like, met the whole crew. And we just had a really good time, partied, and like innocent, like a good birthday party. Like, we just had a great time, but there was 15 of us. So like, it was a really intimate, small group and it was awesome. But there's a moment in the night where Miley, Tish, and Brandy were all talking to me in the corner. And I was just kind of telling them what I was going through and all this stuff and what I was thinking about doing. And Tish and Miley eventually were just like, hey, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, if this is what you're getting pulled to do, then go for it. And if you ever need any help, just let us know. Like we got you. If you need anything, just let us know. Like, man, that's crazy. So later on in the night, Brandy's like, oh, you want to go to the house? Sure. So we leave, pull up to this house. I jump out. I run into the door. And I walk around the corner, and there's a dude sitting on the sink. I'm like, man, like that dude looks really familiar. He gets up off the sink. He's like, hey, I'm Sam. I'm like, I'm AJ. I realized it was Sam Hunt. I'm like, oh man, like this is wild. And I was with Van, his brother, like the whole day, and I had known Van for a couple of days. Van's one of my best friends. Sam's one of my best friends now. But that whole night, we literally listened to Justin Bieber and like Drake and Future in the kitchen, and we just had a great night. And like we just literally just had a fantastic night. And Sam and Van the same night pulled me to the side and said, hey, you know, if you want to do this music thing, we'll help you out with whatever. Like if you need a place to stay, you can stay on the couch. Like you can, whatever you need, whatever you want, like we'll help you. And it was just one of those days, it was one of those nights where I was like, man, like if there isn't someone telling me like that you need to go, then I don't know when else I would go. Like This is the time. So that was in November 2015. January 21st, 2016, I packed my car up and I moved. Got down, lived on the couch, lived on the floor, bought Logic. My buddy gave me his computer and I started producing. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just making beats and never been on a mic before. So I started recording myself, and I had always written songs. I just thought, like, I wrote poems when I was a kid and whatever. And finally, like, recorded 10 songs and I put them on a project, and it was the first project I released. And I released that September 22nd, 2017. And ever since then, things have just gotten crazier and crazier and crazier, and just kind of established what's happening now, I would say, which may not be a whole lot, but to me, it's like, this is crazy. Like this was never a thought in my head. I wasn't the kid that was like, man, like I'm going to be an artist one day, and I'm going to be a rapper and whatever, and hip hop artist, and jump on stage with people. I was so afraid of being on stage, like so scared. But yeah, it's like the craziest. I know I'm just rambling right now, but like it's one of the craziest.
Because you're actually doing what you wanted to do without knowing.
Exactly. It's just one of those things where I've never felt more like just welcomed and more comfortable with myself. And I don't know. It's just something I can't really explain it. I just feel like I finally figured out where I belong and what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's like the greatest feeling in the whole world. So,
oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So, yeah. Long story long, that's how I got here. That's how I got here.
Long story long.
Long story long, that's how I got here. So.
No, that's an incredible story.
It is incredible.
Oh my gosh. So how have you, I mean, coming from Chicago to Nashville is a big change.
Yeah.
How have you like kind of taken that change?
Yeah. So I was born in Rockford, Illinois. Grew up in Winnebago. Winnebago is a town of 3,000. So it's a small town. Rockford was 150,000, so I spent a lot of time in Rockford. I got a bunch of friends in Rockford, and they neighbor up together. So I was used to the smaller town, smaller city type of things. Chicago, I was in the suburbs in Naperville for 4 years, and then I was downtown for the next 2. So Chicago was insane. It's a city that will just eat you alive if you're not safe and you're not, not driven in what you want to do. Mm-hmm. Like that's I started kind of just like going out to the bars all the time with my friends, and we had a great time. Like it was cool, but like I just realized that I wasn't making strides towards what I wanted to do. So it was a breath of fresh air to come down here, and Nashville is literally like a small section of Chicago. So it's a big city to a lot of people here, but to me it felt like, okay, I can navigate this right away. I can figure this out. And then I want to, kind of help get this hip hop thing going down here. Cause I know that there has been in the past with like Young Buck. He was the biggest Nashville rapper, I think, that's come out of here. Mm-hmm. But, jumping into this scene and meeting people, like Nashville is such a cool place. It's got a Chicago vibe on a very much smaller scale, with better people. I would say people that want to actually help you. So, yeah, it's been great. It's been really good. It's been really good.
Jenna's so out of her element. She's like, But you know about Chicago. You know about Illinois stuff.
I'm from like between Champaign and Kankakee.
Yeah.
But I'm from like a small town of like 500 people.
What's it called?
Crescent City.
Crescent City.
But like if you're on the interstate, it'll say Gilman.
Okay. Yeah.
If you make that drive over.
Yeah.
57,
Oh yeah. 100%.
It's the most boring drive.
Yeah.
Take.
Oh, it is.
It's my favorite rest stop is Rend Lake.
Oh,
Check
wow.
it out. Check it out on the way home.
I might miss that. I might pass up on that one.
There's always horses. There's a lake.
Oh my
Did you
God.
say horses?
Yeah, it's at this rest
Country.
stop. It's magical.
Right.
But
That's dope.
you can be outside. It's cool.
Oh my goodness.
Cool.
Okay, so who are some of your biggest inspirations right now? Obviously, you said J. Cole.
J. Cole will always be, Drake always. I've started singing a lot more, or learning how to sing. I wouldn't say that I'm a singer, but I'm trying to get into that realm. I would say Post Malone a lot with this last project. I would say Black, who's an artist out of Atlanta. Who else? Drake, J. Cole, Black, Post Malone. I would say those are the top 4 right now. That Kendrick Lamar to round it out 5.
Yeah, it's a good 5.
Yeah, Kendrick just with his cadences, his flows. Like I try to pull from that all the time. Post Malone with his melodies, Drake with his storytelling, Black with his like emotion, and then J. Cole, another like poetic storyteller, and then also he's a crazy businessman like that. People don't. He's learning from Jay-Z, you know. So like he encompasses all of it. I think for me, so I would say that's my top 5 right now for sure. For sure.
What are your top 5, Jenna?
I saw Kendrick Lamar last year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Damn tour.
No,
You seen that
I worked
Bridgestone?
Firefly Music Festival in Dover, Delaware.
Gotcha.
And everyone made fun of me because everyone was really excited for Kendrick. And I'm like, you guys, I heard him on the Taylor Swift mashup that one time.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
No.
And everyone was like, what
My
is
heart
wrong
just
with you?
stopped.
So like everyone's like, everyone I work with is really like in that scene, and I am so out of it. But for me to go to a concert like that and just like observe from like going from country to that scene, it's incredibly different, but it's also like incredible. Like,
Oh yeah.
because it was like Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, Eminem,
Oh,
and then it was
great.
like Logic and Odessa, and like seeing like I don't know, it's just a different scene, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
I just I didn't really grow up on it.
so who are your
Yeah.
favorites?
Lil Wayne.
I'm just gonna just name 5 of them. Just say Lil Kim. What did you just say?
Oh my God. So
Eminem.
Lil Wayne,
Missy
Lil
Elliott.
Uzi, Lil Kim,
Do you know who Missy
Lil
Elliott is?
Baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Want to
though?
make sure.
Not
Do you
really.
though?
Probably
Can you name a
not.
song other than
No.
Work It?
Right.
Oh dang.
Oh no.
I am
no,
like so far out of that scene.
She can name you like 17 Cody Johnson
I
songs.
can name you everyone in Texas.
no. Okay. All right. I got a buddy that's in country music in Texas. He's the man.
What's his name?
Jensen Colley. You gotta look him up.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
him.
You
look him
gotta
up.
look him up.
Okay.
He is dope.
Does like Red Dirt in
Uh,
Texas?
I don't know what that means.
So, okay.
Red
now,
Dirt?
Dirt?
What does red
I
dirt
feel like we're
mean?
more leveled out.
Wait. What is? Wait.
Like Red Dirt?
music, like from Texas. It's like they're not
Like
country.
clay,
they're not
the
like
clay
national,
dirt.
but they're like Red Dirt artists.
That means they're Texas country.
Wow.
I've only just learned that too.
now,
so.
now I feel like more leveled.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll go. He. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I
I'll
don't know
check
if
him
he is
out.
or not. I don't want
Just
to
look.
call
Does he
him
wear a
that.
cowboy hat?
He can. Yeah.
He can't.
He can.
He's probably Red
I
Dirt.
can too.
But he was a. I'm a brag on him a little bit. He was a Calvin Klein model for a little bit.
Oh,
so like
cool.
he's a clean cut dude, like tall.
What's his name
6'4".
again?
Jensen Colley.
Jensen Colley.
Look him
Why
up.
do I
He's
know
got
that
he's
name?
got some really he's got.
Anyway,
some
we're
good
gonna
songs.
establish right now if he's Red Dirt or not.
I don't know. Jensen, if he's definitely gonna listen.
Of
to
course,
this.
I have like no service right now.
Let me see.
I don't know if Red Dirt would. I don't know.
Maybe he's more like brown dirt.
Yeah, like
How do you spell that?
GenSenCollie.
Collie. I can pull him up too.
Like a border collie.
Yeah. He's literally one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in my whole life.
He's from Texas.
He's from Texas.
Oh my God.
That makes him one of the nicest.
Oh my God.
You would think Jenna's from Texas the amount of time she talks about Texas.
You
And she's
would.
not.
I really.
She also has a sticker on her thing that says Texas.
Texas. I saw that.
I Texas.
Which
Like,
doesn't make, you know
that's
what? The more I
wild.
look at this, why didn't they just make that into a heart? Like, I get the, like...
No, because you Texas. You don't love Texas. You Texas.
We're not going to do that.
Hey, all my exes live in Texas.
Hey.
No, just kidding. They live in
I know a
Florida
lot of
and Atlanta.
90s country songs. Listen.
I feel like a lot of people do.
Oh, my mom,
Wait.
my mom.
Name a
Name
bunch.
your top 5.
Go.
Oh, they're probably all going to be Shania Twain because my mom was literally, that was it.
That was the jam.
Like, that was it. Shania Twain, Leanne Rhymes, and Leanne Womack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Who's shoot, man. Jimmy Buffett probably doesn't count, but Jimmy Buffett's my guy.
Jimmy Buffett.
He was just in town.
Yeah, he was just here.
He played Friday or Saturday.
That's
Friday.
shady.
That's
I love
He played a Bridgestone.
So shady.
I wonder if Alan Jackson came out with him.
Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
Who else? There's
Oh, you
I
got
know-
Tim McGraw.
I mean Tim McGraw.
Faith Hill.
For sure.
You got Alan. You got Kenny Chesney. Trisha
Trisha
Yearwood.
Garth
Oh yeah.
Brooks.
Yep.
Mhm.
Garth Brooks.
I don't know what April Cry is in the studio also, and she's whispering. I don't know what you're. Martina McBride.
Oh yeah.
She's like
100%
dying in the
Martina
corner.
McBride.
I'm like, what is happening?
For sure. Oh yeah.
April obviously loves Martina McBride, so.
I mean, she's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely incredible. Okay, well.
Okay. Well.
I don't know how we go from that to that. I'm trying to think of a segue.
Yeah.
So you've been in town. You've played Noize.
Yes.
How was that?
That was incredible. That was the first
there.
show I ever played.
Are you serious?
First show I ever played was the national. It was the first. I think it was the first national.
It was the first one.
First
Mhm.
And
I was there.
Alan is an incredible human being. When he asked me to do it, I was like, I wanted to say no because I was so scared, but the fact that it was him asking me and he was just like, dude, like, you're gonna be fine. I was like, all right, man. Like, I guess we're just gonna dive into this thing. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Oh baby, I'm
Yeah.
about to die. Do you even know
There you go,
that
little
is?
Trey Songz.
Do you know?
No.
Do you know who Trey Songz is? I'm done.
Heard of it.
Oh man.
We're breaking up, Jenna. I'm sorry. The podcast is done.
Yeah, I don't know if we can. Yeah, I don't know if we can.
No, guys, I can be
continue.
really hip. I can
I can be
be
really hip.
That's a problem. That's a.
You just said
You
hip.
can't even say that.
Oh my gosh. You should say.
No, so when I went and worked that,
Man.
three of the
hip.
hold on,
She said hip.
3 of the guys I work with are from Compton.
Oh, okay.
So they
Dope.
like, just like, you know, the way they talk.
Yeah.
I'm like in the corner, like, hey y'all, and they're over there like, you bugging.
You bugging.
They're teaching me all these words.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then they always go, you know what I'm saying? Like, they like say,
Yeah.
like,
You know?
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. You're gonna have to like tell me what you're saying.
Like you
Wait,
feel
do you
me?
know?
I'm
Do you know what
saying? Yeah.
bet is?
Yes, I learned that too. So they,
Oh, she got so excited.
She's like, wait, hold up, let me
wait,
tell
wait,
you.
Yep,
What
I
does
know
it mean?
exactly what that is.
What does it mean?
like, wait, like
Bet. Like bet.
it means like okay, like all right,
Like you bet.
like bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
So
Okay, we can go.
AJ and I talked about this. We both work out at D1,
Uh-huh.
and for like after I spent like 3 weeks in a row with those guys, like working different events,
Yeah.
and I would come back with a new word for Joel each week, and he'd be so proud of me.
Joel is the. Oh, I
Oh
bet
my
he was super
gosh.
proud
Say
too.
something, and I would just be like, bet.
But it's just funny because we see you processing it. We're like, she doesn't really.
Oh, Joel
You
is probably
keeping it
just like.
100?
Oh,
no,
wow.
No, we can't.
Don't get me started.
It's been a lot of fun, guys. I'm getting a phone call. We gotta go. I can't be doing
Oh
that.
wow, there goes the whole reputation of this podcast.
That's incredible.
I need to
Joel's
hang
the
out-
man.
I need to hang out with them again. Clearly, I gotta touch up on my
I just,
my
Yeah.
talk.
I just want you to
Right.
listen to like my like high school playlist
Ooh.
of like songs because I feel like
Ooh.
your world would be rocked. Do you actually have you ever actually listened to like Logic, like
not
any
really.
of their?
Logic's incredible. He would
Oh.
be in my
Song?
top 10. He'd be in my top 10.
It's all live. It was neat.
Saw him live. It's great. It was neat.
It was
Oh
neat.
my gosh. Okay.
What's going on?
So what can we be expecting from you
Yeah.
coming? I mean, obviously 2019. We're already in April. I can't believe we're almost in
We're
May.
almost in May.
You released a new single this year.
I released a whole project actually this year called Loyalty Over Royalty.
Awesome.
That was insane. It numbers wise didn't do as well as what I really thought it would, and I once again I put that on myself because I didn't market it well enough. I didn't prepare everything around the music as well as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
And gosh, if I could take it back, I would have done it differently. But those, I mean, I'm definitely biased, but the songs on that project, like, it changed the whole trajectory of like what I'm doing and like what, like, just my sound. I would say I think I finally found what I want to do and where I want to go with my actual sound. And it's a lot more, like I said, the Post Malone vibe, Drake vibe. Yeah, I released that in February, and every time I play a show, everyone's like, man, like, like, I really loved it, like, this song, like, well, they love the songs, but then you go and you look, I hate that I can do it, but I can go and look at the numbers, and I'm like, man, like, no one really no one cared, like, they do, but they don't, but you know what I'm saying? So but for me, it was just another stepping stone, I think. So I released that this year. There's 7 songs on it. The intro track has 4 Lamont, Dakota, Weave, and Dante. They're 4 players that I coached at Robert Morris. They're in the intro track of the album, and Loyalty Over Royalty was something that they like presented to me, kind of thing, and it was like kind of their thing that they had created in college, and it was like not an initiation thing, but it was like I was a coach, but I was like very much like in their like brotherhood of people, and like they're some of my best friends. I love those guys so much, and I wanted to do something really cool with this project. And I was naming it after them and what it means, like the literal words of loyalty over royalty, like what that means to me. And I wanted to figure out a way to get them on it. So I had them all send me voice memos of what it means to them. So I put that in the intro of the project, and it's so cool. Like, it just is really cool. I was glad that I could do that I did that with them. I'm glad that they wanted to do it as well. So that project was just released. I'm currently working on a summer EP we got a bunch of songs, but it's gonna be fun. Like, it's more once again just expanding kind of like the Jamaican Afro type beats, stuff like that, and just have a good time with it. And a lot of my songs are a little heavier, like they're just content and like night driving songs or like club songs a little bit with a message. This stuff will be more I would say relationship based / friend light vibes. You're on the beach and you're kicking it with your crew type of stuff.
Cool.
So working on that, hopefully release that towards the end of the summer, and then create the content around it that it deserves. So I'll be out in LA doing a lot of that stuff. So yeah, that's happening this year.
Good to know. We can keep a lookout on that.
Yeah.
At least I will, because I listen.
We'll play it at Katie's parties.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a
Hey.
good vibe.
There you
It
go.
is a good vibe.
That's a good vibe.
We should just make. I was gonna say we should just make a playlist for like everybody that's been on the podcast.
We have one of
For
those.
sure.
It's called Sarcasm.
Yeah.
I know
for
you
sure.
don't know like who anybody in pop R&B is, but it's fine. We use sarcasm a lot.
Speaking of playlists, that question that you had, the high school playlist, that's a good question. When you asked her, like, you're like, what? Like, I'd be so interested to hear what was on your high school playlist.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Like a little high school mixtape.
What was on
What
yours?
was on yours?
That's
Yeah.
and I was
Chris
just thinking
Brown.
about it. I would say Chris Brown,
Yeah.
Chris Brown was major. Jeremiah for sure. Jeremiah Chicago
Lil
guy,
Wayne.
so I love him. Lil Wayne for
Nicki.
sure.
Lil Wayne was on mine too.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki for sure. I had
Trying to think.
Curveball. What is his name? Oh my god.
What song is it?
He was on American Idol.
Chris Daughtry.
Philip Phillips.
No.
Freddie Mercury.
Are we naming like what's the song? Can you name a song?
David
Archuleta?
Yeah.
Crush?
Yes.
You
Yes.
ever think
Yes.
we all love?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
100%.
song.
That was on there.
The music
too.
video is like at a piano on a lake, and you're like,
Yeah.
what is happening?
What?
It's a bop. You never heard Crush by David Archuleta?
No, this girl ain't going away.
Oh, okay, I've heard it.
Come on.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh my
I
God.
literally listened to that I think like 2 months ago. I was like,
yeah.
oh, this is still accurate. 24 years old. This is still like banging.
Well, he did a song. It's a remake. You may say I'm a dreamer.
Oh
That song.
yeah.
That was on it too. I
Yep.
had that on the CD. I still got the CD in my car actually.
Yeah.
100%. Chris Daughtry was on it. That's the last.
Chris Daughtry.
Last one on there.
It's a lot. I listen to a lot of different music, so that's why mine would have been like bipolar. Like it's just like how it is now. But I was more in pop R&B. I wasn't as in the country as I am now.
Yeah.
I was way more into pop R. I lived in Miami, so that's like all we had. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then like a lot of like Hispanic influence stuff. So like it literally anything Daddy Yankee.
Say Daddy Yankee.
Pitbull,
Sean Paul.
Mm-hmm. My first ringtone was Temperature by Sean Paul. I was in 6th grade.
Wow.
My Nokia brick.
Mine was Play Something Country by Brooks and Dunn.
No, very different people.
Oh
And it would like light up and be like da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, and like the lights on the side would change, and I felt like such a pimp. I was like, yeah,
right.
on iPod Nano, like let's go.
iPod Nano.
Oh
wow.
yeah,
man.
Yeah, when they like just like put colors on the
Yeah.
iPod, and we're like, whoa, this is wild.
life changing.
This is wild.
So do you have any confessions for
Yeah,
us
Oh,
that are
shoot.
confessions.
that are actually on the record?
Katie, how about you go first today?
Yeah, I
You
was
said
just-
you had
yeah.
a few.
My confession. Whoa. I said I had a few I could not share.
Back that up.
Confession that I can share. Jenna, do you have one in your back pocket?
I don't. I'm thinking, what have I
Confession.
done this week?
I know. I'm trying to think of like. Confession is. I mean, it's not really a confession. Spend way
Man.
too much money on.
That's
Party
terrible
stuff.
confession.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I like don't have. I'm so. I say this every week, and I know you always yell at me.
I always roll my eyes. at
I
the
put
same thing
literally
week.
everything on my Insta story. So like, you want to know anything I'm doing at that moment? It's probably on my Insta story. Confession. Tease up my confession.
Hey.
Well, this is
That
a
was on
good
there
one,
too.
but my sister's out of town this weekend, and she had ice cream in the freezer, and I ate it all.
Oh, I threw all of Chelsea's food away.
Wow.
That's in the
I was
fridge.
hungry.
That.
And she comes back today,
Wow.
so it's like a debate. Do I get her another ice cream?
Yeah, you
But
definitely
it was
do.
half eaten, so do I eat half of it and then put it back?
No, no.
No, just eat the whole thing.
You got to do the
Leave
full
it.
thing.
Okay.
I mean, I can piggyback off that, even though it's not that big of a deal. My confession is that my roommate left for 2 weeks, and she has all this food in her like part of the fridge, and I know it's gonna go bad. So I went through today and I just trashed everything. I was like,
Wow.
bye. It's gonna be bad when she gets back. All the expiration dates are like, and it's gonna smell up the fridge that I have to be in for the next week and a half, because I'm not leaving until a week and a half from now, and she's not coming back before we both get back.
Yeah.
So I texted her today. I was like, hey, just so you know, trash your shit. Bye. And she wasn't mad. We're good. It was going to go bad anyway.
Dang.
You got one?
That's shame. No. Wow. I don't know. Both of my roommates are out of town too.
I feel like this is like a thing.
But
Wow.
I haven't done anything to any of their stuff. Maybe I should go home and start.
No, I only do it if it's like something like it's going to affect me somehow, because it stinks up the whole fridge.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if one
No, I
thing.
feel that.
And I told her, it's not like I'm like being shady about it. Like I told her, I was like, hey, I trashed all your, like,
Yeah, no,
it was
that's
like
cool.
chicken cutlets that were like not cooked
Oh,
yet. And
No,
like
no, no.
cottage
Wait.
cheese.
Why? First of all, why does your roommate have chicken cutlets? What?
To like cook. What do you mean? What?
Chicken cutlets?
Yeah.
That's shady.
Yo.
I don't know. I don't eat her food, so I don't know.
You can't. I don't know why you're even roommates with her at this point.
Hey,
cutlets?
she's one of my best friends. She's a good person.
She's a good person.
We can't take into the fact that she eats weird stuff.
I don't know your roommate. I bet she's a great person.
She's a nice lady.
She's a nice lady.
There you go.
I need a good one though.
Yeah, you do.
It could be like from. It doesn't have to be this week.
Childhood.
Yeah, your childhood. Anything embarrassing that no one really knows about you.
Ooh, man.
It's not the public. It will be public once.
Yeah.
Anything embarrassing like music, like that? If you were playing one time, like live, something happened.
Oh man,
forgot lyrics.
I've forgotten.
Ripped your
lyrics.
pants.
I was gonna
peed
say.
your pants.
I've forgotten lyrics. I've forgotten lyrics a lot actually, and I don't know. I get nervous. Like I don't know if that's like because of playing football for 16 years and like
got knocked around.
That. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready for this? I was salutatorian in my high school and I rapped my speech.
Are you joking?
No.
Okay, I want to hear it.
Most embarrassing day of my life.
Oh,
Wait, I want to hear it. You rapped it in your little country town?
There's probably a video.
How many people were in your graduating class?
What? There was like, well, so there was crying.
She's literally crying.
There was like, I tried not to think of that day.
No.
Oh my gosh! Wait, you just shamed yourself. We didn't even know about it.
Wait, what? Wait, hold up. What are you rapped and you don't wait?
And you don't know any.
I'm very not a rapper.
I'm very not a rapper.
We know.
That just told us that you're not.
We do know that.
You're not a lyrical person, obviously.
Yeah, I rapped it. It was terrible.
Wait, can I ask you the thought process going into this? Like, what?
She goes, "This will be a great idea.
This is gonna be so dope.
This could be epic. Everybody's gonna talk about it for the rest of their lives."
I know nothing about rap,
But I'm gonna rap.
but I'm gonna rap my speech.
I had a fear of public speaking too, so it was just a double.
Did you? No, she still has a fear of public speaking.
Oh, I bet.
We host a thing at the listening room, and she always goes to me, and she's like, I can't announce them. And I'm like, you're the co-host. What do you mean you can't announce them?
Right.
Like, in my sophomore year of our high school closed down because there's only 52 kids in my whole high school. So there's 11 kids in my class. And I used to get in front of them to give a speech. I knew them all since kindergarten.
And you used to rap to them?
And
She's like, hey, one of y'all drop me
so
a beat
many
real
questions.
quick. Somebody beatbox real quick.
I would get up and I would be so nervous to give a speech in front of the 11 kids I knew my whole life. I would just start crying, and I would just have to sit back down. I couldn't give a speach.
Oh
my god!
But I passed speech. I passed college speech. I took it in high school.
I passed college speech. No way.
I didn't cry then.
I'm glad.
Wow. I mean, to go piggyback off that, I do have a confession though. Okay. I guess it's a rapping confession.
Oh.
I can rap Big Sean's Guap in entirety.
Wow.
Are you gonna do it for us?
No, because I sound like shit. But it's funny though, because I'll walk into like the Wild Beaver or whatever on Broadway, and everybody's super country, and they're like cowboy boots and everything, and they're all like, "Yeah, play Shania Twain." Like, I want to sing karaoke to Shania Twain. And I'm like,
nah.
Put Big Guap. Put Big Sean Guap. And then I start doing it. Everybody's like, and I'm this white girl, like you would not expect. And I'm with all these, like, I went one time with like two guys who were wearing cowboy hats, and they were like, what is happening?
Yes.
And I was like, just so you know.
We gotta go out and rap karaoke next time.
It's still
rap
just karaoke.
Yeah, I was like, rap karaoke?
It's still karaoke for sure.
Oh my goodness. On that note, we're excited to see what you have coming up.
Yeah. I
was trying to get him out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, she was looking at it. Like, I got him.
I was trying to get him. She keeps putting you on the hot seat.
I have like a fear of public restrooms.
Oh.
Like a weird one.
Like you can't pee in public? How public?
I do now, but when I was growing up, I never used to.
See, when I was growing up, I used to go to every single bathroom and my mom would be like, "Do you actually have to pee?" I'd be like, "Yes." And I would just go to the bathroom to look at the bathroom.
What?
I don't know why.
Literally, I
liked bathrooms.
I don't think I knew where our bathroom was in our grade school until like 3rd grade because I never used it during the day.
Yes, it was kind of like that.
I love using the bathroom.
Was like, "There's germs. It's gross."
Like,
I just like taking a tour of the bathroom. I wouldn't like use it. That's why my mom would be like, "If you don't use the bathroom, I'm gonna whoop you." And I'm like, I have to pee. I just wanted to see the bathroom
What?
every time.
I would we'd be out, I don't know, doing something, and like my stomach would be hurting so bad, and I just wouldn't go to the bathroom until we got home. I'd be in the back of the car, like curled up in the corner,
issues,
just like
kidney.
just dying. I'm like, yo, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. She's like, you're like, what are you doing? Like, this is like a health like hazard. You can't do this.
Yeah, you're gonna get a kidney infection.
I didn't know. I'm like, man, I'm not doing. No, these people are wild out here. I don't know what's going on in there. People are wild.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, that's my confession.
Well, if you're doing that, you shouldn't be drinking that much water. But you know what water you can be drinking?
You probably have had it before. Defiance Fuel.
Wow. Never have I ever tried that before, except for every single day. Defiance is, I love Defiance Fuel water.
Mm-hmm. And you can use our code to get 20% off.
Code Noize.
Noize, Noize.
At checkout.
You're lying.
No.
20% off.
Grab yourself a couple of cases. There's a 30-day challenge, right?
Yeah. I just ordered 5 cases and used my code.
Yeah.
And it made the water super cheap.
What?
It's a 5.
And it's like drink a bottle a day or something like that. That's the challenge.
So
or 2 a day,
I work out at Tilt Cycle.
Cool.
Every single day. They got their Defiance Fuel people. D1, Defiance Fuel. I love it.
It just makes you feel so good without I can drink a crap ton of it and I don't feel like
so much of it, but I don't get like water bloated or sloppy.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part about
it. I didn't know, like, maybe I'm just super ignorant. I had no idea like different waters like actually make a difference.
Different vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just drinking water. Like, I used to hate drinking water. Like, I'd put whatchamacallit, simple whatever in my waters, like just to have some sort of taste. And then literally this year, Defiance Fuel. I swear. I promise you. I'm like, yo, this is wild. Like, I actually like it.
That's
so I drink that every single day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get you some cases.
I need to.
Code Noize.
100%. I'm doing it.
100%.
100%. I'm doing it. That's your new word for Joel.
100%.
100%. And
See, that's the proper way to do
him
it.
AJ told you.
Do some squats. 100% I'm doing it.
100%. No, just say 100%.
Yeah, you don't say I'm doing it.
Because 100% means
or
that
you can just say bet.
Yeah, you can say bet
like,
to
I
that
already
too.
used that one in our rehearsal session. I'm like, Joel, you bugging.
No.
You say it with like a country you bugging. You bugging. You gonna go bugging? You make it sound like you're gonna go hunting bugs. You bugging? We going bugging later on in the swamp. We can make a song. We're going bugging.
We're going bugging.
We're going bugging. What?
On that note, you can follow me at Jay Heidemann on Instagram.
AJ, where can we follow you at?
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is all AJ Raps Official. If this is a business inquiry, my email is ajrapsmusic@gmail.com.
Damn, official.
There it is.
And mine is just Katie Calp, like normal. And you can follow all of us and see and listen to what we got going on with Inside the Noize with a Z. On and literally everywhere. Website, Facebook, Instagram.
Find it on iTunes.
There you go. Leave us a review.
5 stars only.
5 stars.
True.
And say something nice. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of you.